Hey everyone, welcome to Sanketik live classes. Today, in this session, I will show you how to install Ubuntu using PowerShell on Windows. This method uses WSL, it stands for Windows Subsystem for Linux, which allows us to run Linux inside Windows without a virtual machine. Okay, without any further delay, let's start our today's session. So here is the our step-by-step process to installing the Ubuntu by using PowerShell. So first of all, we need to know about why we need WSL. Okay, what are the advantages? Okay, first of all, see here what are the advantages are there. Here first one, no need for complicated dual boot. So if you want to use Linux without using WSL, then you need to install the OS like a dual boot. Like one is for dual means storage, so one is for Windows and second one is for uh, Linux. Okay, but here if you use WSL, you don't need to dual boot. Next, no heavy virtual machines that eat your RAM and CPU. So if you use any extra softwares like VMware or VirtualBox, then it will consume more RAM. Okay. So in order to avoid more RAM usage and CPU, then we can use for WSL. If you use more, if it is uses more resources like RAM and CPU, then system may be slow for which are running on low RAM and hardware resources. Okay, so obviously less resource consumption. Okay, it will reduce the resources or uses, and also smooth experience for learning Linux coding and automation. So it will allow you to run the command Linux commands in an easy way. Okay, without taking so much time and without any delay, you can use simply use Linux. So these are the reasons for considering WSL. Okay, so that's why WSL has become a go-to choice for developers, testers, and also for students. Okay, so now we can see the step-by-step process for how to install the uh, WSL. Okay, first of all, in order to uh, install WSL, then we need to open PowerShell as administrator. For that, we need to go for, wait for a second. So first of all, we can go for start menu. Okay. And then we need to go enter PowerShell in the search bar. Okay. So here we can use PowerShell. Okay, Windows PowerShell. Then you can go for run as administrator, or simply you can also give your right click on here, and also you can select here from here also. Okay. Next, I have shown that like an images in the point of images. First of all, you need to enter PowerShell, and then you need to click on run as administrator. Next, next we need, after opening the PowerShell, then we need to install the WSL, right? So in order to install WSL, so inside the PowerShell, we need to give this command like a WSL hyphen install, WSL hyphen, sorry, here double hyphen. Okay, double hyphen install. Then this command will enables you. WSL and also installs a Ubuntu by default. So whenever you are going to install the Linux, then if you use this command, then it will automatically downloads or installs the Ubuntu. Ubuntu is a default for Linux, that too for WSL. And after installing this, it will ask you to restart your PC. After restart, then a terminal will pop up saying Ubuntu is installed. So without restarting, the WSL will not work properly. Okay, so must and should you need to restart after installing. I mean, using this command, after using this command. Next, you need to set your username uh, and password. You can use any username and also password, but while entering password, it may not show you the password while typing. Okay, but don't assume that it is not coming whatever we are typing, or it is not taking input. Don't think like that. It will take the input, but it won't show on display. Okay, so you must and should you need to give proper input. Okay, so most of the times it will not show the whatever the input you are going giving for the WSL. Okay, so here we need to uh, type like this for installing WSL hyphen install. Okay, then it will start installing virtual machine platform. Okay. Next, if you want a different Linux distribution, by default it will installs the Ubuntu only. But if you want any specific kind of Linux distribution like Kali Linux, Parrot Security, or Red Hat or CentOS like that, then you have to give the exact distribution name. So in order to know what are the distributions available for the Linux, then you should use this command uh, inside the WSL, like WSL hyphen list hyphen online. Okay, and then it will automatically list the what are the commands available in the I mean, what are the distributions available in Linux? Then you can choose. Okay, then you can choose. Next, give me a second. And the next thing we need to go for after watching the all the online available resources or distributions, then you can go for you can choose any one of the distribution, any one of Linux distribution. Next, after that, then install your favorite, like for you in order to insert the distribution name, then you can use WSL hyphen install and hyphen D. So and then distribution name. Okay, so here hyphen D means distribution. Distribution means we are having different kinds of line distributions, like a Kali or Parrot Security or Red Hat like that. Then you need to give for suppose if you want to use Debian, then Debian. If you want to use Kali Linux, then you should provide WSL hyphen install hyphen D and then Kali Linux, like that you need to give. And then by default WSL will installs the WSL2 version. Okay, for the according to latest uh, services, it will provide the WSL2 only. But in case if it is provides only WSL1, then you need to update to WSL2. It was highly recommended. Okay, so first in order to know what which version is installed in WSL. Then you can check which WSL version and which Ubuntu version you have installed with a couple of simple commands. So here we can use WSL hyphen version. So it will shows the installed WSL versions. Like example, here you have mentioned 2.2. So 2.2 means it will be WSL2. It will be, if it's 1.1 like that, then it may be WSL1. Okay. uh, and to check the WSL type, WSL1 or WSL2 for each install distro, you can see here by you can give, you have to give this command WSL L V. Then it will show the example output like this. So here these are the different kinds of Linux distros. Like one is Ubuntu, by default it will come, and 20.04 is a version number, and then Kali Linux, it is also one of the Linux distribution. And future first of all we are going to use Ubuntu only, so don't go for any other distributions as of now. Later if you want we can go for Kali Linux. Okay. But for basic classes and basic understanding, Ubuntu is enough. We don't need to install any other uh, Linux distributions. So it will also show you the state of the distribution, whether it is running or stopped, like like here. And also it will also give the version numbers. So version number means either WSL1 or WSL2. Okay. So but you remember guys, first after opening this run as administrator and after pressing this WSL hyphen install, then the process will complete it. So you don't need to go for third step and all. Okay, this is till here it is enough. We don't need to go for third step. But in case if it is installed WSL1, or in case if it is installed any lower versions like Ubuntu previous versions or any other versions, then only you can go come for third step. Otherwise, just opening the PowerShell, run as administrator, and entering this command, that is enough. Okay. Next, and then after checking that WSL version, then if it is if it shows one version, then you have to go for WSL2. So what is the special in WSL2? Is first of all it is a faster file system performance. So performance of the WSL2 is better than WSL1 and better compatible with Linux apps. So mostly they had added some new advanced features in WSL2. So you can also use them. Also it will help you for your performance and doing better operations with Linux. And next, installing WSL2. So for also for installing WSL2 also you need to go again for Windows PowerShell, I mean a Windows button. Then you need to give PowerShell in the input of that Windows button. Then run as, you have to choose run as administrator. Then execute WSL2 hyphen set hyphen default hyphen version space 2. So version 2 means WSL2. Okay. If you, in order to avoid, in order to use a WSL2, you need to type this command. Okay. So see here, I also mentioned a screenshot. WSL, like that you need to give. Next, if your system does not support WSL2, then you will see a message about virtual machine platform. In that case you can still use WSL one version. Okay, if WSL2 doesn't support, then you can go for WSL1. But most of the latest systems will allow you to use WSL2. Okay. If it is not possible, then you can use for WSL1 as well. So in order to, okay, now you have checked the WSL version and you have installed either WSL 1 or WSL 2. Then if you want to check the Ubuntu version which is installed by default, then you can to go for uh, Ubuntu. So in that Ubuntu, so now till here we are all discussed about only PowerShell and WSL only. But inside any Linux distro, we can't done any operation. So in order to open Ubuntu in this PowerShell or WSL, then you need to give one command like WSL-D Ubuntu. Then the automatically it will take you to the Ubuntu distro. Or if you want to give any other distro, if you want to use any other distro like Kali Linux, then you have to specify here WSL-D Kali Linux or WSL-D Debian, like that you can give. Then you can use that kind of versions too. Okay, and if you want to install any other version, then also you can use here WSL hyphen install. See here, I will show you again. Install -d and also version name Debian. If you want to Debian latest version, then you can also specify here the Debian version name number. If you want to use latest like Ubuntu 20.4 or 22.04 like that, then you can specify here also WSL hyphen install -d Ubuntu and the version number you need to provide. But you don't require all these. By default it will automatically install the latest version only. Okay, then you can also open specific Ubuntu version after this. Okay, next, in order to avoid these command lines, if you want to open Ubuntu by using GUI, then you can go for Windows power button, and then you can here we need to enter Ubuntu like this. Then it will automatically gives your, okay, then you can click on open, then it will automatically open. Okay, but now it's basically we don't treat that like that. Okay, so this here I show you the two methods. One is through command line opening Ubuntu, and another one is for directly opening from start menu. And then once inside Ubuntu, if you want to check the which Ubuntu version is installed, then you can use this command lsb. Okay, wait for a second. Yeah, here also. So lsb underscore release hyphen a, or also you can use this command too. So it will show you the which kind of Ubuntu is installed, which kind of Ubuntu version is installed in your system in this way. Okay, next. So PowerShell tells you which WSL version is running, and Ubuntu terminal tells you which Ubuntu version is installed. Okay, next. If you want to install those Ubuntu or Kali or Debian or any SUSE, any version Linux distros, then you can go for Microsoft Store. So here I've been showing the Microsoft Store option as well. So for suppose, so here if you switch on Microsoft Store or simply like Store also. Okay, then it will allow you to, it will show the Microsoft Store option, then you can click on this one. Okay, after opening this, you can click on, sorry, Linux. Then It will show you the list of Linux distros which are available. Then you can choose any one, either Kali or Arduino or Ubuntu, whatever you want. Okay. Ubuntu, Kali, Linux, Terminus, Windows Terminal, Debian. See how many distributions does Linux have. Okay. You can choose any one of you these. It depends upon your requirement. Okay. Like here we need to search like Linux, and then you can choose these, any of these. Next, update Ubuntu packages. So after installing, uh, it's recommended to you update your packages or softwares. So how you can update your packages means by using sudo apt update. Oh, it will allow. What is the difference between this update and upgrade? Is update will allow you to install the packages, and upgrade will allow you to install the latest versions of the particular OS or software. Okay, it will allow you to install the packages. It will allow you to install the latest softwares. Okay, if it is ask a password, then you can enter your password like here. It may ask you to enter password, then you can here can give your password. Here also it may not display whatever the input you are going to uh, give here, but it will take the input. Don't worry about that, and you can simply give, but you need to, must and should, you need to give proper password. Okay. So this makes you have the latest package and sort security updates. Okay. So in a, before closing this session, let's have an overview of what we have discussed today. Then you will get an idea. If you have any doubts while installing uh, while installing a software, then please watch this tutorial, and also pause whenever you need. Then you can go for next steps. Okay. First of all, what we start with installing Ubuntu through PowerShell. Why? What is the main advantage of using this? Okay. First of all, what is the main advantage for using this is for it is a it doesn't need dual booting. Okay, and also it doesn't I mean we doesn't need any virtual machines like VMware or virtual box, and then it will uh, consumes less resources, less hardware resources like RAM, CPU, and also processor like that. Okay, and it will give you the smooth experience for using Linux, and also for coding, and also for automation. Okay, whatever you want, you can perform very easily. uh, okay, next, start menu. Okay, the by how to open PowerShell as administrator means you can go. You need to go for start menu, and then search for PowerShell, and then click on right run as administrator. Next, then install. We need to install WSL. In order to install the WSL, you need to give WSL hyphen install. Then it will automatically installs the default Ubuntu versions. Okay, whatever the latest version available, then it will automatically install the WSL2 and also Ubuntu latest version. Then update to WSL2. So how you can check first, what are the version is you are using, then you can check that version using WSL hyphen hyphen version, and then WSL hyphen L hyphen V. Okay. Next, why we are going for WSL2? It will give you faster file system performance and also better compatibility with Linux apps. In order to install WSL2, then you can go for uh, start menu, and then you need to enter PowerShell, and then run as administrator. And in order to give, or in order to install WSL2, then you need to give this command WSL hyphen z default version 2. If it's doesn't support, then you can use WSL 1 as well. In a and For checking the which Ubuntu version you are using, then you can use WSL-D Ubuntu. Okay. Without using, if you want to you open Ubuntu without using any command line, then you can directly go for start menu, and you can search for Ubuntu. Then it will automatically shows the Ubuntu app icon. Then you can click on that and open. Okay. So if you want to avoid all these command lines for installing and these Linux distros, then you can also go for Microsoft Store, and then you can use um Microsoft Store by searching Kali or Debian, whatever the Linux distro you want. Then you can search and get installed like this. If it is asking password, then you can give the latest password as well. Okay. These are the steps you want to use. Okay. I hope this video is helpful for you. If you like this tutorial, then please like, share, and subscribe. Okay. Thanks for watching. See you in next class. See you in next class.